The only way you can control anybody is to lie to them. L. Ron Hubbard. The only way you can control people is to lie to them. You can write that down in your book in great big letters. When I quote this statement, it is not because I endorse lying or manipulation. I quote it because it exposes a deep, uncomfortable truth about the nature of power, control, and human society. L. Ron Hubbard, controversial as he was, understood something foundational. Control thrives on deception. If you must lie to maintain your influence, then your authority is not built on trust. It's built on illusion. If you must distort reality to hold power over others, then your leadership is not strong. It's hollow. And today, in our world of information warfare, propaganda, curated narratives, and algorithmic manipulation, this truth is more urgent than ever. Why I quoted Hubbard. I quote Hubbard because we need to wake up to how control operates, not only in governments and corporations, but in our daily lives, in our media, in our relationships. The lie can be subtle, a distortion of the news to fit an agenda, an advertisement selling happiness that cannot be bought, a social media narrative that suppresses complexity for a viral slogan, an organization promising empowerment while demanding obedience. Where there is control, there is often deception, whether through omission, exaggeration, or outright fabrication. And if we are not vigilant, we become both the victims and the perpetuators of those lies. That is why this quote is not just an observation, it's a warning. What this means today. Today, we live in an environment saturated with manufactured truths, deepfakes that can simulate any voice or image, AI-generated misinformation campaigns, news channels that serve political operatives, not journalism, ideologies that demand allegiance before understanding. Control no longer looks like chains and walls. It looks like narratives. It looks like algorithms that feed you only what confirms your biases. It looks like curated realities designed to seduce, not inform. And it works because most people want to believe the lie. The lie is easier. The lie is comforting. The lie is efficient. But the cost of living in lies is freedom itself. Advice for today and the future. So how do we resist becoming controlled by lies? Here's what I propose. 1. Cultivate radical curiosity. Ask questions, always. When you hear a fact, ask, who benefits from me believing this? Who profits from this narrative? What facts are being excluded? Curiosity is the beginning of freedom. 2. Verify before you amplify. Before sharing an article, a quote, a shocking claim, verify it. False information spreads not because it's clever, but because it's repeated. Be a guardian of truth, not a megaphone for manipulation. 3. Build inner anchors. If your self-worth is determined by external validation, likes, applause, conformity, you are easier to control. When you build your identity on deeper principles, honesty, integrity, humility, you become resilient. You cannot be bought with lies if you know who you are without them. 4. Value complexity over certainty. Lies are often simple. Truth is often messy. If a narrative seems too simple, too convenient, too emotionally perfect, be cautious. Learn to love the hard, uncomfortable complexity of reality. It will keep you free. 5. Recognize when you are being manipulated. Control tactics often involve fear-mongering, creating false enemies, simplifying moral landscapes. We are good, they are evil. Shaming dissenters. When you recognize the pattern, you can resist the pull. Final reflection. The greatest danger is not that others will lie to us. It is that we will love the lie more than we love the truth. Because the truth demands responsibility. It demands humility. It demands that we think for ourselves, rather than outsource our beliefs to someone else. When Hubbard said, "The only way you can control anybody is to lie to them," he was exposing the hollow nature of control itself. True leadership doesn't need lies. True leadership invites critical thought, dialogue, and shared reality. And true freedom requires vigilance, not just against external lies, but against the lies we are tempted to tell ourselves. In a world built increasingly on appearances and narratives, our task is to become guardians of authenticity, in our minds, in our communities, and in our institutions. Because only in truth can we be truly free.